Welcome to what my 9-month-old eats in a day. We're starting off at about 7 o'clock in the morning because that's what time George woke up this morning, and he's having a 6-ounce bottle of formula. He has the Cow and Gate formula, and I use the Tommy Tippy prep machine to make that for him. Then we just always have it in the living room. I think probably more for me than him. It's just so cozy in there, and I like sitting in there in the morning. I have my cup of tea and he has his bottle. It only takes him like 5 minutes, if that, to drink his bottle these days though, so this calm demeanour does not last very long. We use the rest of the time in the living room to play. All of his toys are in here and stuff, and then it's time for breakfast. George's all-time favourite breakfast is banana, oat and blueberry pancakes. I also really love these, so it's something that we can eat together, which I really like. So after I've smashed up 2 bananas and mashed them all together, I'm just going to add the oats in. I kind of just eyeball it, add as much as I like, and then I add some almond extract and some baking powder. I just love almond with all of these flavours. Bit more oats just to see how I feel, and then added some milk. Full fat milk or almond milk is definitely better, but I didn't have any, so I've just added some blueberries as well. Then I'm just going to crack an egg into this mixture, and that is my pancake mix complete. You can do many variations of this, but this is definitely my favourite. I like to separate these into like 4 little pancake sizes for me and George. We have literally the exact same portion. Maybe I am giving him a little bit too much for breakfast, but I'm having 2 and George is having 2, and we're both going to have it with some strawberries. But with George's, obviously I let it cool down. I cut it all into little bite-sized pieces and let that all sort of cool down before I even give it to him. George is a massive fan of baby-led weaning and loves picking things up with his hands, so yeah, like this is the way I like to prepare things for him, in sort of small pieces that he can pick up and just crack on and eat himself. Like I said, I'm just gonna do some strawberries with ours as well. I've got a couple of raspberries as well, and yeah, George's breakfast looks huge. Now in hindsight, he did actually eat pretty much all of it, but I feel like it's just because it's a really nice sweet breakfast. I feel like in future I will probably do slightly smaller portions for George, even if I do want the large portion. But yeah, he absolutely loves these pancakes. He's obsessed with them. If anything, it's just like a jazzed up porridge, but just really, really tasty. I really enjoy it as well. Obviously it's got the fruit with it as well, so yeah, it is a really lovely breakfast. It's probably one of our favourites, and like I said, I love having breakfast where we can eat the same thing and I don't have to spoon feed him. So that's why baby-led weaning for us is something that's really beneficial for when we're trying to eat meals together, which is lovely. He will not let me spoon feed him anymore. He is not a fan of that, so yeah, when it comes to feeding himself, he's very much a fan of baby-led weaning. I do always offer George some water at all meal times as well, and this is the Munchkin 360 cup, which I love. He's obviously getting distracted by Molly, but he does drink really well out of this cup usually. But now for the dreaded clean-up, and we'll catch up later. At about 12 o'clock, George usually has his second bottle of the day, another bottle of formula that is 6 ounces, and we use the follow-on milk just because it has extra iron in it and it's exactly the same price, so I didn't really see the harm in using the follow-on milk. So 6 ounces of formula, and we're just going to have that in the living room again. Usually we have it in the high chair, but I thought, again, I just thought it was really cozy in the living room today, and he'd been playing in there from previously, so I thought it'd be quite nice to have it in there, and he really enjoyed it. He always enjoys his bottles, but his lunchtime bottle is definitely the one that he has the least of, if that makes sense. So his morning bottle and his evening bottle he always finishes, whereas his lunchtime bottle is one that he doesn't always finish. I definitely think the lunchtime bottle is the next bottle that we will drop, but I actually have no idea when that might happen. While George is having his bottle, I'm just going to pop in some sweet potato wedges or fries, whatever you want to call them, that I actually made previously. They've been in the fridge, so I just heated them up in the oven for 5 minutes, and I'm going to put on some hummus on top of these, and then this is going to be George's lunch. He is obsessed with both sweet potato and hummus, so this is going to be a lunch to remember for him. He absolutely loves all of these things, so yeah, I'm obsessed with hummus as well, so I'm so glad that George loves it. You can probably tell our dog Molly loves hummus as well, so I shooed her off as quickly as I possibly could so George could actually enjoy his lunch, but he gets in such a mess with hummus. It's so funny, but you know what, if he enjoys it, I don't really care. I can always give him a wash in the sink afterwards. Hummus is supposed to be really good for babies because it's packed full of iron, and obviously they need lots of that, so I try and incorporate hummus into a lot of the baby-led weaning recipe ideas that I have, but he loves it so much.
Hi!
with you? Look at you! After a very brief wipe down, he gets a strawberry and apple Ella's Kitchen pouch just because he ate every single last bit of that, and I thought it'd be nice to give him something sweet after his hummus and everything. So yeah, he really enjoys any of these pouches. He does so well with them and he's so clean with them, which is why I really like them for on the go. I do also sometimes use them if we don't have anything in or if I haven't batch cooked anything. I think they are really good as long as they're nice and organic and no nasties or anything in them. I really don't see the problem with using pouches. A little bit later on now, and George is just having his afternoon snack, which is just going to be a banana. I love this trick of just putting your thumb down the middle of a banana and it's already cut up into thirds. It's so handy. I say it all the time, but this kid loves bananas. It's insane. He'll just smash through like 7 bananas if you let him. He loves them so much, which is why I tend to give him them loads, which I'm trying to think of alternatives to bananas that he might like. Maybe something more veggie than fruit, because he does have quite a lot of fruit and obviously there's quite a lot of sugar in fruit. So any recommendations that you guys have for like snacks or lunches and things like that that don't include fruit, because I feel like that's my go-to, and I always forget that although fruit is supposedly healthy, it does have a lot of sugar in it. So yeah, I'm really interested to hear what your recommendations are, guys. Now making the last bottle of the day, another 6-ounce bottle, because yeah, he's just having 3 of those now, and which means he's eating his food a lot better. 4, 5, 6. Last time of the day. This is where George got a little bit bored. He only had about 4 ounces of this one and he started just chucking it everywhere, and it was just not a thing anymore. So yeah, he kind of gave up towards the end of this bottle, but that's not too much of an issue because he's going to have some dinner and he'll definitely eat that. So I'm not sure why. I think he just got a bit bored and he's a bit over all of this milk I'm giving him, so I really do have to cut down, I think. I just genuinely don't know what to do though. For George's dinner, he's having some sweet potato wedges, a little bit of pizza that we made, and also a pouch of the green vegetables from Tesco. This one is literally just broccoli and spinach, I believe, and he really enjoyed it, which I was really surprised by. Once he got a taste for the pizza, there was no chance he was going to go back to the greens, so I started putting the green puree, the green veggie puree, onto like the crusts of the pizza, and then he ate those as well. So yeah, that is a little trick for you if you're struggling to get them to eat any of the green purees or anything. Just chuck it on something they really like and hope for the best.
I was never the one just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in more conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me wrong. Was so mistaken.
And that, my friends, is everything my 9-month-old eats in a day. He's just had his dinner, he finished that, and he was so tired that I just put him straight to bed. And yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing, to be honest. It was a really big portion, but he loves pizza so much. I introduced him to pizza when we went out to Pizza Express with my friend. He had a little baby margarita and he absolutely loves it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love doing these videos. I love thinking about like things I can give George, because it is a bit daunting at first, but I love doing food that we can both eat together. So for example, the pancakes we had this morning, they're literally my favourite breakfast in the world, and they're definitely George's favourite, so we can have them both together. We literally had the exact same thing for breakfast. He then had lunch, his snack, and he also had dinner with us, and he ate with us. That's a really, really good thing about baby-led weaning for me, since George has been old enough to really handle his food. It's just so much easier than having to feed him, because you can actually all eat together as a family. Obviously every now and then I have to like pick stuff up for him and help him out with some things, but it's a lot easier than trying to force him to take the spoon and eat off of a spoon, because he just wasn't having it. He's a very strong-minded little one and he just wasn't loving the spoon-fed life. He was definitely more of a baby-led weaner, which I never really thought about, to be honest. I always thought I would just give him purees and then like move up to like pastas, risottos and things, but baby-led weaning has been literally the best thing for us. So yeah, that is everything that my 9-month-old eats in a day. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did, and if you want to see what my 10-month-old eats in a day, because he is 10 months old very, very soon, then give this a like and comment down below, and I will make sure to film that video in the future. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.
Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever, and I feel so free. Oh my sweet baby.